What's up, guys? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, 2024 is shaping up to be the year of audacity. If you guys don't know, Taraji Henson is literally burning up the world talking about what happened to her on the set of The Color Purple. Now, whether or not you think it was a hit, whether or not you think, the one thing that is certain is she was mistreated. The whole cast was. She became the voice of reason. She's fighting her own battle. But now the audacity kicks in. Everybody wants to weigh in. Vivica Fox had the audacity to weigh in, talking about something. I've never said anything. I don't know what she's talking about, which to me is unhelpful. Things when it comes to harassment, racism, sexism, just because it didn't happen to you, what does your experience have to do with the next person? What does somebody treating you well have to do with the next person? And also, Vivica, if you don't sit down, this was so unhelpful. So then we're going to play that video, okay? Gabriel Union had the nerve to weigh in and was like, well, you haven't experienced what Taraji experienced because you haven't reached the levels. And I said, ooh, the audacity. Well, what she said may be actually factually right. The audacity. Because, Gabrielle, weren't you the epitome? Didn't you apologize for being a Hollywood mean girl and actively going to ruin other Black actresses' careers because you were a jealous hater? Didn't you actually write that in your book and go on an apology tour? And then we got to Oprah. Oprah has the nerve to have the audacity acting like, I don't know what's going on. When they told me they didn't have food to eat, I literally talked to the producers, not the producers, but the studio. To which this is the biggest audacity of all. And, we're going to start with Oprah first because listen to what Oprah has to say and then meet me after the jump because, baby, we got to talk. Okay.
Created a space and roles for a group of Black women.
Yes, and I would just like to say about this whole Taraji, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind the scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. That's the way the studio system works. And we as producers, everybody gets their salary. That's negotiated by your team. And so whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem with the cars or there was a problem with the food, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right. And I believe that she would even vouch for that and say that it's true.
I think she would vouch for that. I can vouch for that because I've seen you and your work and behind the scenes, how you step in and you
say this. If Taraji was not pointing the finger at Oprah, then I'm sure she would come in and say it. Let me just say this, because I know there's a lot of people going to be like, Oprah don't owe anybody anything. And you know what? You're right. But the fact that a Black billionaire, and one of the reasons she is a Black billionaire is because the community supports her, but she don't got to thank us because she's Oprah. Her own gifts got her where she is. But I don't want to see a Black, white, purple, yellow polka dot billionaire talking about, I did everything I could. Oprah, stop projecting. We need to stop projecting on the billionaires that are just like us. They're not. Oprah has more money in her savings than a lot of nations in this world, than a lot of countries in this world. If Oprah really felt that strongly on a Black cast, if the studio didn't step up, would have ensured they had food. You know how? Out of her own pocket. Do you know how? And for you being like, Oprah don't owe anybody anything. Maybe she doesn't, but can we just be real? Oprah had the power, the means. If you don't know that even if Oprah had given them all $1 million bonus, everybody on the cast, that wouldn't have even made a drop in her. It would have been like me giving 0.000000000000001% of a penny out of my savings. So I get the fact that Oprah's like, why is everybody blaming me? But you also don't get there and act like you're trying to save in the day when you literally did nothing. less than nothing. Because at the end of the day, all you cared about was your money. And you know what? We shouldn't just be looking at Oprah. We should be looking at Steven Spielberg. We should be looking at Quincy Jones. We should be looking at one other person. I don't remember his name. But let's call them all to the table. But Oprah is the only billionaire in that whole situation. But let's continue. Now let's get into Vivica Fox. Because, baby, Vivica, why did you even jump into this to say what? That since you had never been treated unfairly or had any discrepancy in your pay, that Taraji can't experience that? Man, listen to Vivica.
Now, do you feel like now is the perfect time to have the conversation that Taraji kind of continued over Monique? You know, you're an actress, you've been out there. Is this the perfect time to kind of talk about that in the right platform?
You know, darling, to each his own. Do you know what I mean? I'm very happy, very blessed. And to each his own. I didn't have that experience, so, you know, but to get your piece out is important. I totally understand that. And I love my girls for looking out for each other. But I'm good.
So, the thing, first of all, if Vivica is not MF in line, because how is it possible in the time that you were an actress where everybody admits that Black actors consistently, and it was an industry standard, got underpaid to their white counterparts? How could you be like, I'm good? Second of all, the fact that Taraji P. Henson is actually trying to move the conversation forward, and we back to like what people were doing with Monique. So you're saying, oh, I'm good. You need everybody to know that you weren't underpaid. And even if that was true, again, I know some of y'all are going to be like, Jesus, she ain't saying nothing wrong. She was being shady as F, but she also made herself look like a liar. You're good. You were the same person, literally shaking like a salt shaker, dropping it low when 50 Cent and Yin Yang Twins. You know what? Let's just move on, because the queen of the audacity has to go to Gabrielle Union. Hold on, y'all.
After TMZ had posted that clip, somebody had quote tweeted and said, she hasn't experienced Taraji's success either. Next. But y'all, it gets a little bit more diabolical. Because, honey child, why did Gabrielle Union like... Honey, why did somebody find that Gabrielle Union liked that tweet? Because, honey, ooh, it's about to get messy. Because that's not all. So while I went through Gabrielle Union's likes, she also liked this. It was in reference to Taraji P. Henson, and someone said, all that training paid off because Taraji sang her face off on The Color Purple. And it's basically just a clip of Taraji P. Henson singing with a pianist. So it's safe to say that Gabrielle Union is definitely team Taraji.
The thing, no, Gabrielle Union is right. Vivica Fox is sitting there saying, the audacity, the sheer caucasity. What are you talking about? Gabrielle Union has ruined more Black women's careers, according to Gabrielle Union, just because she would shrink in the presence of other dope women. You gave an apology. You never gave anybody back their roles. You never named names. You did an apology because Oprah was trying to see what it was to be a Black actress. And she did it like, I'm not saying she did it for clicks and views, but let's be real. Gabrielle Union is the last person who can talk about mistreating anyone, solidarity for anything. And at the end of the day, she's on there shading Megan Good. She's shading Vivica Fox. Again, I'm not saying she's wrong for what she said about Vivica, because Vivica did fine. But Gabrielle, shh. You Google Gabrielle Union, Mean Girl, Hollywood. These are her words. That people said that she would take anybody's man. I mean, she did take Dwayne Wade. She would do anything she could to make sure other Black women didn't get hired. Other Black women weren't seen as dope. And at the end of the day, let's be real. What's the difference between Gabrielle Union's career and Vivica Fox? Is it because Gabrielle Union married a basketball player that makes her spend 50-50 on everything, even though she makes 300 times less, while she's been forced to give him a mani-pedi and paint his nails the same color as her? She need to be worried about whether he got white fingernail polish on. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, Gabrielle Union could have sat this one out. Because that is righteous, that has not sinned and cast the first stone, can they come out and speak? Because at the end of the day, I don't know, maybe we are just noticing Hollywood a little bit more. Everybody coming across as corny. I hope Taraji P. Henson I hope she does win whatever battle that she's on. I mean, I know what battle she's on, but I hope she actually does come out because we will all be better for it. Vivica Fox, Gabrielle Union, Oprah. Yeah, y'all could have sat this one out. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.